Welcome back to my channel Rare Coins All World, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Today, we're delving into a remarkable piece of American currency that could be hiding in your coin jar right now, just waiting to be discovered. That's right, we're talking about the 1990 Washington quarter dollar. If you think it's just another standard quarter, think again. This particular coin, although seemingly ordinary, holds some surprising potential value for collectors. So, if you've ever wondered whether your pocket change could be worth something more, stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be in for a shocking surprise. Let's start by taking a closer look at the Washington quarter itself. First minted in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, the Washington quarter has become one of the most iconic and long-running coins in U.S. history. It features a portrait of George Washington on the obverse and, traditionally, an eagle on the reverse. Over the years, the design has been updated and altered, but the overall concept has remained consistent. Now, let's fast forward to 1990. The 1990 Washington quarter dollar represents a significant period in U.S. history. The United States was in the midst of the tail end of the Reagan era, and the country was gearing up for the First Gulf War. Meanwhile, the U.S. Mint was busy producing quarters at an impressive rate to meet the needs of a growing economy. In 1990 alone, more than 800 million quarters were struck. But despite the large number of these coins in circulation, finding one in pristine or near mint condition today is becoming increasingly rare. Here's where the value of the 1990 Washington quarter starts to come into play. While the majority of these coins were produced for general circulation and spent in everyday transactions, a small fraction of them were kept in excellent condition. For coin collectors, condition is everything. A well-preserved quarter from 1990 that shows little to no signs of wear and tear can fetch a far higher price than a worn, heavily circulated one. If you've ever come across a 1990 quarter that still looks almost brand new, you may want to take a closer look, but, as you can probably guess, it's not just about condition. The value of a coin can also be affected by its rarity. Although the U.S. Mint produced over 800 million 1990 quarters, the fact remains that the majority of these coins were used in everyday transactions, resulting in a high number of them being worn down over time. Coins that have survived in exceptional condition, without any noticeable scratches, tarnishing, or discoloration, are much harder to come by today. These pristine examples are highly prized by collectors, and their rarity is a key factor in driving up their value. So, what makes the 1990 Washington quarter particularly intriguing for collectors? One of the things that stands out is the possibility of unique features or minting errors. Minting errors are an exciting aspect of coin collecting because they represent a mistake during the coin production process, making them one-of-a-kind pieces. Some errors are incredibly subtle, but they can greatly increase a coin's value to the right collector. For example, a double die error, where part of the design is struck twice, can create a noticeable doubling effect on the letters or numbers on the coin. This type of error can be subtle or more pronounced, depending on how the coin was struck. The 1990 Washington quarter is no stranger to this type of error, and if you happen to find one with this kind of mistake, it could be worth much more than a standard, circulated quarter. In addition to double die errors, other types of minting errors can also increase the value of a 1990 Washington quarter. For example, coins that are struck off-center, with part of the design missing, are also highly sought after by collectors. These off-center strikes result in a distorted design that makes the coin stand out from the rest. The rarity of such an error, coupled with its unique appearance, makes it a prized find for those in the numismatic community. Another factor that can contribute to the value of a 1990 Washington quarter is its mint mark. The mint mark indicates where the coin was produced, either at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint, mint mark D, or the San Francisco Mint, mint mark S. While most 1990 quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the ones with the D or S mint marks are generally less common and can carry additional value. These quarters, particularly if they are in pristine condition or have a minting error, can stand out as rarer finds in the coin market. It's also worth noting that collectors pay close attention to the overall quality and history of the coin. While the 1990 Washington quarter may not have been part of a particularly groundbreaking series or design, its status as a widely circulated coin still makes it an essential piece for collectors. The combination of rarity, condition, and any potential minting errors makes it a valuable addition to many collections. If you find a 1990 quarter in excellent condition, it could be worth far more than its face value. And if it has one of those coveted minting errors, the price could rise exponentially. Now, we get to the exciting part: just how much could a 1990 Washington quarter be worth? While most circulated quarters from 1990 are only worth their face value of 25 cents, coins in uncirculated condition or those with rare minting errors can command much higher prices. In fact, if you have a 1990 Washington quarter in exceptional condition, or one that features a rare minting error like a double die or off-center strike, it could be worth as much as $62,000. That's right, $62,000 for a single quarter. The value of these coins is driven up by their rarity, the quality of their preservation, and the unique errors that may make them one-of-a-kind pieces in the world of coin collecting. So, what should you do if you think you have a 1990 Washington quarter that might be worth something more? The first step is to carefully examine the coin for any signs of wear and check for any potential errors. Look for any doubling in the design, misalignment, or other striking issues. If you find anything that seems unusual, it's a good idea to have the coin professionally graded by a certified numismatist. A professional grading will help determine the coin's true value and give you an accurate assessment of its worth. Today, in this video, we'll be exploring the fascinating world of the 1972 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that many might dismiss as just another piece of pocket change. But in reality, this seemingly ordinary quarter holds the potential to be worth a lot more than you'd think. Stick around as we uncover the value of this 1972 quarter and reveal just how much it could be worth in today's market. The Washington quarter is one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in the United States. First introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the coin has seen several design changes throughout its long history, but its most familiar version features George Washington's portrait on the obverse, with an eagle on the reverse. However, when we focus specifically on the 1972 Washington quarter, we're talking about a coin that may seem like a regular part of U.S. currency at first glance, but the truth is, some of these quarters are now quite rare and highly valuable. So, why should you care about the 1972 Washington quarter? The short answer is simple: it's all about rarity, condition, and, of course, the potential for minting errors. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the history of the 1972 quarter. The 1970s were a time of great change in the U.S., both politically and economically. The country was in the midst of the Vietnam War and experiencing significant social change. The economy was also struggling with inflation, and the U.S. Mint was working hard to meet the demand for coinage. In 1972, the Mint struck billions of quarters, making them widely available for everyday transactions. However, despite the large number of coins produced, many of them have been worn down over time, making those in exceptional condition rare and highly sought after by collectors. What really makes the 1972 Washington quarter stand out in the world of coin collecting is the condition of the coin. Coins that have been in circulation for years often show significant wear and tear. From scratches to discoloration and fading, many coins simply don't retain their original luster. But in the case of the 1972 quarter, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rarity. Uncirculated coins, those that have been carefully stored and preserved, are incredibly valuable because they are much harder to find. If you happen to have a 1972 Washington quarter that looks almost brand new, you could be in possession of something much more valuable than a simple 25-cent coin. The next factor to consider is minting errors. Minting errors are one of the most exciting and profitable aspects of coin collecting. These errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a unique coin that differs from the original design. For the 1972 Washington quarter, several types of minting errors could increase its value, and collectors are always on the lookout for these rare finds. One of the most notable errors on the 1972 Washington quarter is the double die error. This occurs when the coin die, the tool used to strike the design onto the coin, shifts slightly during the minting process. This misalignment causes the design to appear doubled or blurred. The double die error can be subtle, but if you know what to look for, it can make a huge difference in the value of the coin. The doubling effect is often most noticeable on the word Liberty or the date 1972 itself. If you find a 1972 quarter with this error, you could be sitting on a rare and valuable piece of history. Another minting error to look out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, resulting in a portion of the coin's design being cut off. Off-center coins are considered errors because they don't match the intended design, and they can be highly collectible. An off-center 1972 Washington quarter can stand out from the crowd and command a much higher price than a typical, unblemished quarter. In addition to minting errors, the mint mark on a 1972 Washington quarter can also impact its value. While most 1972 quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint and bear no mint mark, there were also coins produced at the Denver Mint, which carry the D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint, which carries the S mint mark. Coins from the Denver and San Francisco mints are less common than their Philadelphia counterparts, so if you have a 1972 quarter with a D or S mint mark, it may be worth more than a coin from the Philadelphia Mint, especially if it's in excellent condition or features a rare minting error. Now, let's get to the most exciting part: the value of your 1972 Washington quarter. If you have a coin from 1972 that's in exceptional condition, or perhaps one that features a rare minting error, it could be worth far more than its face value of 25 cents. While the majority of 1972 quarters are still worth just a quarter in today's market, the ones in uncirculated or near mint condition have seen their values increase dramatically. For a 1972 Washington quarter in excellent condition or with a rare minting error, it could fetch a value as high as $72,000. That's right, $72,000 for a single quarter. It's hard to believe that a coin worth just 25 cents when it was minted could be worth such an incredible amount of money today. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1972 Washington quarter? The first thing is to carefully examine your coin. Look for any signs of wear, and check for any minting errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual details that could indicate something special. If you think your coin might be valuable, consider getting it professionally graded by a certified numismatist. A professional will be able to assess its condition, identify any minting errors, and give you a better idea of its potential value. Getting your coin graded will also help when it comes time to sell, as a certified coin typically fetches a higher price in the market. Today, we're about to explore a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket change right now, hiding its true worth. It's time to talk about the 1971 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that might look like any other quarter, but trust me, it's far from ordinary. If you've ever wondered how much a seemingly regular coin could actually be worth, keep watching, because you'll be amazed at what we're about to reveal. To start, let's take a quick look at the Washington quarter itself. First minted in 1932, the Washington quarter was designed to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It's one of the most iconic coins in American history. For decades, the design has featured a bust of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, symbolizing strength and freedom. However, the story of the Washington quarter goes beyond just the design. It's about the journey this coin has taken through history and the fascinating collectibles that have emerged from it. The 1971 Washington quarter, however, has something special about it. When you look at this coin, you might think it's just another regular quarter that was part of the countless millions produced at the U.S. Mint. But the truth is that certain versions of this coin have become incredibly valuable over time, particularly for collectors who are on the hunt for rare, high-quality examples. In 1971, the U.S. Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters to meet the demands of a growing economy, but only a small fraction of these coins were kept in pristine condition or had features that make them stand out in the world of coin collecting. The first factor that can elevate the value of your 1971 Washington quarter is its condition. Coins that were widely circulated during their time inevitably show signs of wear and tear. Most of the quarters you'll come across from this year will be worn down, with faded details and scratches from years of use. But here's the key: coins that have been kept in uncirculated condition, meaning they've never been used in everyday transactions, are highly valuable. If you happen to have a 1971 quarter that looks like it just came out of the mint, you may have discovered a hidden treasure. An uncirculated coin is incredibly rare and can fetch a significantly higher price than one that's been circulating for decades. Now, let's talk about another factor that can dramatically affect the value of the 1971 Washington quarter: minting errors. Errors in the coin production process happen when something goes wrong during the striking of the coin, resulting in a piece that's different from the original design. For collectors, minting errors are like gold. These coins are unique, and that rarity can make them worth a lot of money. In the case of the 1971 Washington quarter, there are several types of minting errors that collectors would be thrilled to find. One of the most exciting types of minting error is the double die error. This occurs when the coin die, which is the tool used to strike the design onto the coin, shifts slightly during the minting process. This creates a double or blurred effect on the coin's design. For the 1971 quarter, this can be seen most clearly in the date or in the word Liberty. If you have a 1971 Washington quarter with a double die error, you've found something truly special. These types of errors can make your coin significantly more valuable, as collectors are constantly on the lookout for these types of rare and unique pieces. Another minting error that could increase the value of your coin is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a coin with part of the design missing or shifted to one side. Off-center coins are unusual and highly desirable among collectors because they stand out as unique examples of minting mistakes. If you have a 1971 Washington quarter with an off-center strike, you're in luck. These error coins can be worth much more than their face value. Beyond minting errors, the mint mark on the coin can also play a role in its value. The mint mark indicates where the coin was produced. For most 1971 quarters, the mint mark will be absent, as they were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. However, quarters with a D mint mark, indicating that they were struck at the Denver Mint, are somewhat less common. The 1971 Washington quarter with a D mint mark can be rarer than those from the Philadelphia Mint, and in excellent condition, it could carry a higher value among collectors. You might be wondering by now, just how much could my 1971 Washington quarter be worth? The value of your coin depends on factors like its condition, any potential minting errors, and the rarity of the mint mark. A typical 1971 quarter in average condition will still only be worth its face value of 25 cents. But for those of you who are lucky enough to have a 1971 quarter in near-perfect condition, or with a unique minting error, the price can go way up. In fact, a 1971 Washington quarter in uncirculated condition or one with an error could be worth as much as $74,000. That's right, $74,000 for a single quarter. It's hard to believe, but the value of these rare, well-preserved quarters has skyrocketed over the years, especially when they feature minting errors or come from unique sources. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1971 Washington quarter on your hands? The first step is to carefully inspect your coin. Look for signs of wear, and pay special attention to the date, the word Liberty, and any part of the design that may have an unusual doubling effect. Also, check for off-center strikes or other minting errors. If your coin has one of these unique features, it's worth having it professionally graded by a certified numismatist. A professional grading will help determine its true value and provide you with an official assessment of its condition. If you happen to find that your 1971 Washington quarter is indeed worth a substantial amount, you can either hold on to it as part of your collection or sell it to the highest bidder. There's a strong market for rare and valuable coins, and with the right coin, you could be sitting on a fortune. Today, we're going to dive into the world of the 1981 Washington quarter dollar, an often overlooked coin that could be worth far more than you might expect. While the 1981 quarter may seem like just another modern piece of U.S. currency, it has some hidden potential that could surprise you. Stick with us until the end to learn just how much this quarter might actually be worth. Let's begin with a little background about the Washington quarter dollar. This iconic coin was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It features a portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, and an eagle on the reverse. The design has been largely unchanged for decades, making it one of the most recognizable coins in the United States. However, as with many coins, the value of certain years can fluctuate over time, and the 1981 Washington quarter is no exception. Now, 1981 may seem like a relatively recent year in the grand scheme of coin history, but when it comes to coin collecting, that year has its own set of factors that can make certain 1981 Washington quarters stand out. Many of the quarters from this year were produced in large numbers, and most of them were used in everyday transactions. However, a small percentage of them were minted with unique qualities that can make them extremely valuable to collectors today. One key factor that affects the value of these quarters is their condition. As with any coin, a well-preserved quarter is worth far more than one that has been worn down over time. A coin that has been in circulation for decades will show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, and faded details. But, if you're lucky enough to find a 1981 Washington quarter in uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been used in everyday transactions, you could be holding on to something very special. Uncirculated coins are rare because they've been carefully preserved and kept in excellent condition. These coins can command a premium price, and a 1981 Washington quarter in mint condition could be worth far more than its 25-cent face value. Now, let's talk about something that could really make a 1981 Washington quarter stand out in the world of coin collectors: minting errors. Minting errors are essentially mistakes that happen during the coin production process, and these errors can significantly increase a coin's value. These errors can happen in various ways, but some of the most valuable types of minting errors include double dies, off-center strikes, and incorrect designs. For example, a double die error occurs when the coin die shifts during the minting process, causing the design to appear doubled. In the case of the 1981 Washington quarter, this could mean the word Liberty or the date, 1981, appears with a blurry or doubled effect. Double die coins are highly sought after by collectors because they are rare and unique, and they often command a high price at auction. Another common minting error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned in the press, causing the design to be struck off-center, with part of the coin's details missing or shifted. Off-center coins are considered errors because they don't meet the intended design specifications, and collectors value them for their rarity and uniqueness. If you come across a 1981 Washington quarter with an off-center strike, it could be worth far more than a regular quarter. While the 1981 Washington quarter was minted in large numbers, certain features or errors can still make it a highly valuable coin. Collectors are always on the lookout for any discrepancies or variations in design, as these features can make a coin even more desirable. For example, quarters with unique die cracks, unusual markings, or other imperfections can be worth significantly more than regular, well-worn coins. So, if you happen to come across a 1981 Washington quarter with something that looks unusual, whether it's an error, a mint mark variation, or a unique feature, it's definitely worth having it checked by a professional coin grader. Now, you might be wondering just how much your 1981 Washington quarter could actually be worth. Well, if you've got a quarter in exceptional condition or one with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a much higher price than you expected. While most 1981 quarters in average condition are still worth only 25 cents, coins in excellent or uncirculated condition, especially those with minting errors, can fetch much higher prices. In fact, if you happen to have an uncirculated 1981 Washington quarter or one with a rare error, it could be worth as much as $72,000. That's right, $72,000 for a single quarter. It may sound unbelievable, but that's the power of rarity and condition in the world of coin collecting. If you think your 1981 Washington quarter might be worth more than face value, the first step is to carefully examine the coin. Check for any signs of wear or signs that it has been preserved in excellent condition. If you suspect a minting error, such as a double die or an off-center strike, take a closer look at the design to see if there are any unusual features that might be valuable to collectors. Once you've inspected your coin, consider having it professionally graded. A professional grading service can accurately assess your coin's condition and identify any minting errors that could increase its value. Coins that are graded by a certified numismatist typically sell for higher prices at auctions or to private collectors. If your coin is indeed worth a significant amount, you have a few options. You can either hold on to it as part of your collection or sell it through a reputable coin dealer or auction house. Either way, you'll be able to take pride in knowing that you've discovered a rare and valuable piece of U.S. history. Today, we're diving deep into the history of a specific coin that might be hiding in your collection or even in your pocket change right now, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar. While this coin might seem like just another quarter at first glance, the truth is that it holds a unique place in the world of numismatics and could be worth far more than you might expect. Stay tuned until the end because we're going to reveal just how much this quarter could fetch, and trust me, it's going to surprise you. Let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. The design by John Flanagan features a bust of Washington on the obverse side, and on the reverse side, there is an eagle, a symbol of strength, freedom, and the United States itself. Over the years, this coin has become a staple in U.S. currency, but it's the specific years of production that often spark the most interest from collectors. The 1974 Washington quarter, in particular, is a year that stands out due to a variety of factors that make it unique and highly sought after. While the 1974 Washington quarter was produced in large numbers by the U.S. Mint, it's important to understand that not all coins are created equal in the world of coin collecting. While many 1974 quarters were used in everyday transactions, the true value of this coin is determined by its condition and any unique features it might possess. Most of the 1974 quarters in circulation have seen significant wear and tear over the years, with faded details, scratches, and signs of heavy use. However, there's a small chance that you might come across one in exceptional condition, which could make it a valuable collector's item. So, what exactly makes a 1974 Washington quarter valuable? First and foremost, condition is king. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, meaning they have never been used in daily transactions, are far more valuable than those that have been circulated. A well-preserved 1974 quarter, free from wear, scratches, or discoloration, is considered a rare find. These uncirculated quarters are highly desirable among collectors because they look as fresh and detailed as the day they were minted. Another factor that can increase the value of the 1974 Washington quarter is any potential minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, leading to a coin that differs from the intended design. These errors are often considered extremely valuable by collectors because they are rare and unique. There are several types of minting errors that can increase the value of a 1974 Washington quarter, including double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks. A double die error is one of the most sought-after types of minting errors. This happens when the coin die, the tool used to strike the design onto the coin, shifts slightly during the minting process. As a result, the design appears doubled on the coin. In the case of the 1974 Washington quarter, you may notice the date or the word Liberty being doubled, which is a clear indication of a double die error. These types of coins are incredibly valuable because they are considered a rare mistake in the minting process, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. Another type of minting error that could increase the value of a 1974 Washington quarter is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned during the striking process, causing the design to be struck off-center. The result is a coin with part of the design missing or shifted to one side. Off-center strikes are another popular error among collectors because they are distinctive and highly desirable. If you find a 1974 Washington quarter with an off-center strike, it could be worth much more than a regular quarter in circulation. Die cracks are another form of minting error that can add value to a 1974 Washington quarter. Die cracks occur when there are small cracks or breaks in the coin die, which can transfer onto the coin during the minting process. These cracks are often seen in specific parts of the coin's design, and while they may seem minor, they can make the coin stand out to collectors. If your 1974 Washington quarter has a visible die crack, it could be worth significantly more than its face value. In addition to the condition and possible minting errors, it's important to consider the rarity of the coin. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of 1974 Washington quarters, not all of them are the same. Some quarters were minted at different facilities or in different quantities, which can influence their rarity and value. For example, quarters minted at the Denver Mint may be rarer than those from the Philadelphia Mint, and this can impact the price of the coin in the marketplace. Now that we've covered the factors that can influence the value of a 1974 Washington quarter, let's get to the exciting part, the value itself. You might be wondering just how much your 1974 quarter could be worth, especially if you've kept it in great condition or if it has one of those unique minting errors. Well, if you happen to find a 1974 Washington quarter in exceptional condition, or if it has a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin that's worth much more than the 25 cents stamped on its face. In fact, a 1974 Washington quarter with high quality or a rare minting error could be worth as much as $72,000. That's right, $72,000 for a single quarter. It may seem unbelievable, but in the world of coin collecting, coins with the right combination of rarity, condition, and minting errors can fetch astronomical prices at auctions or through private sales. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1974 Washington quarter on your hands? The first step is to carefully inspect the coin. Look for any signs of wear or damage that could indicate it's not in uncirculated condition. If you suspect your quarter has a minting error, whether it's a double die, off-center strike, or die crack, take a closer look at the design. Once you've inspected your coin, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a certified numismatist. A professional grading service can accurately assess the coin's condition and identify any minting errors that could increase its value. If your coin is graded highly or identified as having a rare minting error, you can either hold onto it as a prized piece in your collection or sell it to the highest bidder. Either way, you'll be in for a thrilling experience as you watch your coin's value climb. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed learning about the 1974 Washington quarter dollar and discovered just how valuable it could be. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any exciting coin discoveries. Keep searching for those rare coins, and who knows? You might be holding onto a small fortune right now. Happy collecting, and best of luck on your coin hunting journey.